Hello, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona, and hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Wednesday, April 8th, NBA we're in the last week of the NBA season. It is getting a little gross out there, so keep that in mind. There's a game that we're not even going to play because we don't think we think a lot of things are going to happen between now and then as well. So if you're new to our show or been here before, welcome back, welcome aboard. Appreciate you all having on. The good news is next week we get into games that actually matter and teams that want to win rather than want to lose by 40 or 50. So that'll be fun to get into. But a couple races still down for seeding wise. All the play-in or playoff teams are already there. As the bottom 10 have all eliminated themselves pretty easily. They've been out of her for quite some time. So all of our shows here on YouTube brought to you by Outlier, the world's #1 sports betting app. 7-day free trial available in the comment section for you to try it out. And our Discord channel to get all of our bets early, get a unit sizes, get all the fun stuff, all the additionals we give you as well, plus a couple 100+ members that love talking sports, chatting in there as well. A lot of fun in there. Make sure you join us on that Discord channel. You'll find that link in the comment section. All right, 7 o'clock Eastern time. We've got 3 games going on at that round. Hawks, Cavs. This is a game that actually does matter. Cleveland favored by 1.5, 235.5 total. Injury report-wise, we'll go through this game here because it does actually matter for both teams. We've got Landale still out for the Hawks. For the Cavs, Tyson game time decision, Donovan Mitchell game time decision. Dean Wade game time decision, and Thomas Bryant is out. Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley back for the Cavs. Just the Hawks did have a blip on the radar the other night, losing to the Knicks. The Knicks can prevent, stopping a little bit here and there, but the Hawks have played really good basketball. They're coming in as a 1.5-point dog. We'll take the 1.5 here with the Hawks. I think if Donovan Mitchell doesn't play, I think this line is the Hawks are going to be a favorite. So Hawks plus a half first quarter, plus a half first half, and plus 1.5 for the game. Walker Alexander, we've got a few different plays here. He's been hot as of late. 21+ points, 4+ threes, 7+ field goals, all for Walker Alexander. Then Jalen Johnson under 8.5 field goals made. Max Strus over 7.5 rebounds and assists. Max Strus over 4.5 rebounds. All the plays we've got there in that first game at 7. All right, next game up. Let's get to T-Wolves and the Magic. T-Wolves don't really have anything to play for now. They're pretty much locked into the 6, unless some miracle happens in the last few games. Magic, though, needing wins, still have a chance to get into the top 6 here and stay out of that play-in. Injury-wise, Anthony Edwards is a game-time decision. Do we really think we're going to see him since they're locked into the 6? I wouldn't think so, but maybe so. Jaden McDaniels has been upgraded to game-time decision instead of out. Jett Howard and Jonathan Isaac still out for the Magic. Jamal Carr and Wendell Carter Jr. game-time decisions in that game there. This game matters to the Magic. It doesn't to the T-Wolves. That's why we're going to roll with the Magic here in this one. I just think this game means something. The T-Wolves coming off a back-to-back, it don't mean anything. Magic -2 in the first quarter, 3.5 first half, 6.5 for the game. De Silva, 4+ field goals. Anthony Black supposed to be back, over 1.5 turnovers. De Silva, 9+ points off the bench. Suggs, over 10.5 rebounds and assists combined. And then Naz Reid, under 21.5 points, assists, rebounds. 7:30 Eastern time frame. Bucks Pistons. This game doesn't matter, but the Pistons are still an 18.5-point favorite here. Like I said, the Pistons are going to be the 1 seed. The Bucks are out of it. Don't know why. I think they're such a big favorite for the Bucks. They're going to sit basically about everybody. Kevin Porter Jr.'s out. Obviously, Gary Trent's game time, as well as Kuzma, Ryan Rollins, and Miles Turner. I don't know if those guys are going to play at all. Cade Cunningham and Beef Stew have both been upgraded to game time decisions as well. So there's not a ton of props out there either. We'll play the under here in this one. Like I said, I don't think there's going to be a big interest to run up and down the floor. At 221.5 seems pretty secure here. So Bucks Pistons under 57.5 first quarter, 114.5 first half, 221.5 for the game. Duncan Robinson, 10+ points. Jalen Duren, 3+ assists, and then Duncan Robinson, 3+ threes. Nuggets and Grizzlies are the next game up at 9 o'clock Eastern in Denver. This game does mean to the Nuggets they need to wrap up this 3 seed, so a couple more wins should get that one done. And this one here against the Grizz, and the Grizz, they're hanging out, waiting to see what pick they get, right? Where can we land in the top 5, right? So Cam Smith still out, Gigi Jackson out, Small still out. Prosper, who played in the last game, now is a game-time decision. For the Nuggets, only Peyton Watson going to be out. Spencer Jones as well. I do apologize on that one. Do like this game, though, the Nuggets just don't play great defense. 244.5. I think we can still get over here. I like this game played in the 250s. So Nuggets and the Grizz over 62.5 first quarter, 124.5 first half, 244.5 for the game. Jamal Murray, we expect to have a good one here. 24+ points and 36+ par points, assists, rebounds. Cedric Coward, because they're running out of bodies, over 21.5 par, assists, rebounds. Jamal Murray, 5+ rebounds. Clayton for the Grizz. Wendell Clayton, 2+ threes. Jokic, 25+ points. Jokic, 13+ rebounds. Next game up, Spurs and the Trailblazers, 8:30 Eastern time frame in San Antonio. So Spurs are 6.5-point favorite. Totals at 233.5. Something to keep in mind here. The Blazers have played a lot of under games on the road, but when there's all of a sudden Castle and Wemby show up as game time decisions, it's probably time to start sitting them. The Spurs are 3 games out with 3 to play. I know they hold the tiebreaker, but almost time to ready to call Olay and rest a couple guys on that one there. But so you got a couple of the big cogs of the wheel out, and the biggest one obviously being Wemby on that one. That line at 3.5. This line, let me put it this way: if we're full strength and actually playing for something, I think this line's closer to 10, and it's at 3.5. So we're going to focus on the under here at 233.5 number. We'll go under 59.5 first quarter, 119.5 first half, 233.5 for the game. Avita under 8.5 field goals. Klingon under 14.5 rebounds and assists. Scoot, if it wouldn't have been for overtime the other night, we would have swept him. The 18.5 points assists. It was a little tight, but we're going to go back to the under there. Not as heavy as the other night, but I think its availability is there. Avita under 1.5 threes. Scoot under 21.5 par. Next game up, Thunder Clippers. And I'll be honest with you, we're skipping this game here. Clippers are locked into the play-in. Thunder are the 1 seed. OKC, both teams coming out back-to-backs. OKC's favored here by 6.5. This line smells super funny. We'll put it to you that way. We're going to stay off of that game. I recommend probably not playing it, or if you're going to play it, wait until we get closer to game time when we know if SGA is going to play in some of the stars for the Thunder. They might be sitting a bunch of guys. It's on the LA back-to-back as well, so it might not be playing. And then the last game of the night, the Suns, who couldn't shot any hotter in the first quarter and still lost the game to the Rockets, 9 o'clock Eastern, or 10 o'clock, sorry. Mavs are in town, back-to-back for the Suns. Like I said, the Suns were on fire in that first quarter, but they had like a 22-0 run on the Rockets, but couldn't get anything done. We're just playing the game here, no player props. Suns -3 in the first quarter, 5.5 in the first half, 10.5 for the game. And to be really honest, the Suns are locked in. The Mavs are out. There's not a real big reason for either one of these teams to be putting stars out there or their starting lineups, even to that matter. All right, that's going to be a rundown of the NBA. I apologize. It's not a normally 20 to 30-minute show, but there's just not a ton on this day. And not only that, this week is tight because we don't know who's playing and who's not playing, right? So – and there's a lot of teams that are already eliminated, and the other teams are set. So not a real big time reason for them to play a lot. So not as much action in the NBA tonight. I highly recommend you check out our baseball show. We got a ton over there as well. There's still plenty, but there's a ton of action on the baseball side as well if you want to get involved in that. All of our episodes here on YouTube brought to you by Outlier, the world's #1 sports betting app. I'm going to give you a bunch of data. If you like data, first of all, this is your best friend is this app here. But they're going to give you extra value bets. There are trends that are going on. Also stuff that's hit at 60, 70, 80, 90+%. They're going to show you all of those as well. Multiple sports, it's a great place to be. They cover sports that we don't cover either. So NHL, soccer, stuff like that. Yeah, they're going to have all that stuff there. So check it out. 7-day free trial in the comment section. And please join our Discord. You might as well, hang out with us 24/7 as the sports bets come rolling in. Obviously, you can watch the show still, but you get a lot of stuff on there. So you're going to get all of our unit sizes, all of our bets early. You're going to get a bunch of extra material that we don't put out for the public as well. All's going to be in the Discord channel. If we don't have a show as well, unless there has been, I will say this, in the last month, I have missed probably a week or so of days on the Discord, even though I've missed a month's plus worth of shows. So just keep that in mind. I'll always try to get to the Discord, if nothing else for the day. They take priority on there. So if you want plays, even when we're not having a show, you can do that there with the Discord channel. We do appreciate everybody's support as always and look forward to seeing you on our next episode.